Ambassador, Mr. Molo, Cabinet Ministers, President, Principal Secretaries, fellow Kenyans, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Amjambo.
Amjambo.
Mambo. Kwanza, I don't know whether to speak Swahili or German. Okay. First, let me take this opportunity to very sincerely thank all of you. I know many of you have come from far and wide to make it to this meeting so that we can have this conversation. Sorry about the fact that we are constrained for time, because in my original plan, I had a very tight schedule because this wasn't a very official visit. There were issues that we wanted to sort out. But I want to promise you that the next time I come, I will have a whole afternoon to have a chat with you guys. Having said that, I send Alfred and Ms. Njogu earlier to engage with you. Just to let you know, as I do the rest of Kenyans in diaspora, that I did make a commitment that the diaspora is going to be part and parcel of the business that I have in governing Kenya. And that they will have a very special place, because the diaspora for a very long time did not get the kind of fair treatment that a government is supposed to give to all its citizens. I am aware that in many of the engagements that I had with members of our community, our Kenyan community across the globe, that they wanted government to do more, and government to be more responsive, and government to offer better service. And that is the reason that informed my establishing the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, so that there is a dedicated permanent secretary to respond, to deal, to work with the diaspora, and so that we can leverage the huge potential that exists in our diaspora in not just growing our economy, but also profiling our country positively. I want to commend all of you, Kenyans in the diaspora, for being the true ambassadors of our country. As was said by Tom Omolo, you have truly been the ambassadors of Kenya, and Kenya is known for what it is, a country rich in culture, but also very warm people. I am very proud to be a Kenyan, because I listened to many people, including yesterday. I was in a meeting where Germans were speaking very well about Kenyans and Kenyan their hard work, their creativity, innovation is just outstanding. And I want to encourage each and every one of us to fly our flag high wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing. Just know that the rest of us in Kenya are behind you, and we all share in one country, and we must look after it and do the best for it. Apart from setting up the Department for Diaspora, we would want to review, as the PS has said, the diaspora policy. And we are expecting you guys in the diaspora to help us with ideas, to contribute your thoughts on how best you think as a country we can take advantage of the opportunities that exist in Kenya, and also take advantage of the opportunities that are available globally. We must act local, but think global. I think there is opportunities out there that we must not miss out. Let me tell you one thing that I am very sure about, that we have the best human capital anywhere in the world. That I am very sure about. Kenyans can work anywhere. They can do anything. And they are simply the best. So, and we must, that's in fact the biggest asset that we have, the Kenyan people. We may not have gold, we may not have silver and oil, but we have the Kenyan human capital. It is better than gold. Believe you me. Therefore, we must leverage, and it is my intention that we will leverage on our human capital to serve ourselves, to serve the world, and to make sure that Kenya shines. In the conversation that I'm going to have this afternoon, in the next few minutes, with Chancellor Scholz, one of the issues we are going to have a conversation about is about jobs for millions of Kenyans and how we can make it a lot more easy for Kenyans in Kenya, Kenyans in Germany to access opportunities for employment and to eliminate the red tape, to eliminate bureaucracy, and to ensure that our human capital, the best that is available anywhere in the world, is made available to the world. And I also want to confirm to you that in Kenya, and thanks to many of you who voted in the last general election, the last general election was in a category of its own. In fact, it was historic, because in the last general election, two very fundamental things happened. Number one, Kenyans voted against tribalism. Kenyans said no to tribalism. Number two, it was the most peaceful election ever. We have never seen. Better managed, the best election ever. In fact, it was very difficult to argue with the results, because the results were so obvious. They were on a portal where anybody with a simple calculator, and you didn't have to look for a very difficult, even one that uses solar, was sufficient for you to know the outcome of the results. And therefore, I want to commit to you that after the elections, we embarked on reshaping our country, repositioning Kenya. Let me give you a preview of what has happened in the last 6 months. Number one, when I came into office, the economy was teetering on a slippery path with huge debts. I had to make the difficult decision to cut the budget by approximately 300 billion shillings just to stabilize the economy of our country. Just for those of you who know numbers, our yield on Eurobond was around 17%. For a sovereign, that is very bad. Good news, as I talk to you today, our yields on our sovereign bonds is below 10%. Last year, it was not possible, and let me just tell you this candidly, it was not possible for Kenya to go and borrow in the international market. In fact, Kenya tried to go and borrow in the international market in April last year, and the doors were shut on us, because many people believed then that Kenya would default. Let me tell you now the good news. The international financial institution is now welcoming Kenya. And it's saying can borrow whatever money that they want because the economy has been stabilized. One more thing. We couldn't even borrow syndicated loans. It was difficult. And in fact, even locally, if we went to the market locally to borrow, we could hardly get 50% of what we wanted to borrow. Today, we not only can borrow as much as we want, but our levels of borrowing, we have reduced intentionally, and our offers are beyond 200%, meaning that the confidence the international financial institutions, the local financial institutions have in our economy today is rock solid. Let me promise you that whatever was happening with the dollar, I know those of you who send money back home, you were very happy when the dollar was it was good stuff. But I don't have very good news for you. Because we're now stabilizing that situation. We did decide that we needed to innovate around the largest expenditure we have on our fuel costs. We spend about $500 million every month to buy fuel. And that is a huge drain on our foreign exchange reserves. So we decided to negotiate for the first time in the history of Kenya. We can now buy fuel in Kenya shillings. Wow. We do not buy to use dollars, and we have front-loaded the purchase in dollars by 6 months. And believe you me, the dollar has come down from 140, it is now 130, and I promise you, it's going to be 120 in the next few weeks. I don't know whether that's good news or bad news. Certainly, it is good news for those of us who are running the affairs of our nation in Kenya. Again, let me commit to you that despite the fact that we have challenges around commodity prices, challenges occasioned by many factors, including local factors, factors beyond us with the Ukraine war, with COVID, but also our own decisions that we didn't make the correct decisions. We suspended 4 years ago, we suspended subsidy to our farmers on fertilizer, on seed. And as a result, farmers were buying fertilizer at 7,000. So few farmers could afford, and therefore we reduced our production by about 10 million bags of maize, for example, and we ended up in a crisis. Let me tell you that in the last 6 months, we've not only registered 5 million farmers, we have made 6 million bags of fertilizer available, we have made seed available, and I want to promise you that in the coming months, you will see a whole different paradigm shift in our food production and in our agriculture. One more thing, let me also tell you that we had a situation that I had to deal with when I came into office. Many of you had stories of bodies of Kenyans in Yala, bodies of Kenyans in all manner of places. And I did undertake that that will come to an end. Extrajudicial killings in Kenya should come, and I want to promise you, has come to an end. There will be no extrajudicial execution in our country. It has no place in our constitution, it has no place in our laws, it has no place anywhere in the globe. And I want to promise you that as I promised when I took over office, Kenya is going to be run simply on the platform of the rule of law, nothing less, nothing more. I know some of you are concerned about what's going on in Nairobi, what's going on in Kisumu, especially in a few other places. Let me promise you that we are going to take care of that situation. Kenya is a country of the rule of law, right? And as responsible citizens, and as president, I will ensure that everybody's property, it is my duty, everybody's property, everybody's business, everybody's hustle is protected, and the lives of the people of Kenya are protected. It is the duty of the police. My administration will make the resources necessary, the policy decisions necessary for the police to execute their mandate in accordance with the law and the Constitution. And when I took office, I undertook that we're going to make the criminal justice system work for all Kenyans. And I did the deliberate thing to delineate the police from the office of the president. The Constitution says the police will have not just operational independence, it must also have financial independence. For a very long time, the financial independence of the police was undermined because it was under the office of the president. I did sign the executive order that transferred the financial resources from the office of the president to that of the Inspector General of Police. Today, the Inspector General of Police is solely responsible for both the operations and the financial requirements of the police force, and they can make independent decisions on what they want to do to secure the country. I will continue to ensure that is the case. And that is why the police in Kenya have a responsibility. And speaking from Bali, the Inspector General of Police and all the police, the entire police force in Kenya have a responsibility to ensure that the property of every Kenyan, the business of every Kenyan, the life of every Kenyan is secure, protect the right of every Kenyan, the civil rights of every Kenyan, and ensure that nobody tramples on the rights of others as they exercise or enjoy their own rights. We have the right to protect everybody, and the police should be able to do that. I want to give you my assurance that impunity will never be and will not continue to be part of our political discourse. None of us is above the law. All of us must submit to the rule of law. It's the only thing that makes us equal. They are not tall or short or fat or thin people. When it comes to the rule of law, we are all equal and we are all one size. Tunakubaliana namna hiyo? Even the one on here. Right? So let me leave it there for now because I have some business to go and do on your behalf. Because I have some business with the Chancellor, but I'm going to answer a few of your questions. Just maybe 2 or 3. I want some people with some questions to ask me. I have a meeting in a few minutes, but I will want to answer some questions. Can I have 2 ladies and 2 gentlemen to answer? Just ask me whatever question you want, however difficult it is.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. Tumefurahi sana umekuja. My first thing is not a question. I know you are president of Action. Berlin, I'm here in Berlin for 10 years now. My name is Chega Ine. I want you please to clean Kenyan embassy. We don't get the right service we are supposed to get for a long time. They are supposed to be, I have a voice. Mimi walijitia hata I'm complaining about something. So, President, please take care that we need respect. We are diaspora. We are the one who are meeting a lot of things in there. The next thing is, I'm going to speak for minority. We have Kenyans here when you walitoroka the other government na zingine za mbele, and they would like to repatriate back home peacefully, but pengine hata wengine hawana kitu. I think you can do something. Yeah, the other thing is, most of us didn't vote for you, but we have seen I'm going to vote for you next time.
Thank you very much again. Just to answer you, we have absolutely no problem with the comments from Chege. I think that's why we're here. I think that's good feedback. I think Balozi and the team in Berlin, let's see what Chege, the issues is raising. I am sure we can deal with them, and we can see what we can do. And again, by extension, I will be sending Ms. Njogu many more times so that she can directly answer some of those questions and bring the issues. As for the Kenyans who want to come back home, please, any Kenyan who wants to come back home, nowadays we have something called the Hustler Fund. Okay, next. Can we have a lady this time? Let's have a lady this time. Ladies behind there. Please, behind there.
Majina ninaitwa Fatuma Deraso na bosu ODW kutoka Runyengalani Massachusetts County.
Yes, Fatuma.
Na mimi pia ni former Miss Kenya Germany. Kwanza kabisa nimeshukuru president wetu na serikali ya Kenya na pia Wakenya wenzangu ambao walirecognize kazi yangu na wakafanya nikuwe mshujaa. Mimi am
Very good.
Na hiyo nimesimama hapa na hii barua actually His Excellency, I wrote this letter to you, naomba nikupewe.
Sawa.
Cha pili, mimi niko na organization inaitwa Karga Charity Organization ambayo imejenga shule kubwa sana huko Kargi. Mimi mrendile huko pastoralist tunaumia kwa hii mambo ya FGM high marriages. Nilitaka kujenga rescue center, lakini nikaamua kujenga shule kwanza ndio nipate pia kupewa wavulana wetu space education because education is the only equalizer.
Very good.
Na mpaka sasa nikisimama kama Mr. President, even after my school being registered, TSC has not given me a teacher. I am paying the teacher. Mwenye shule, ninanulia mtoto chakula, mimi nanunua kitabu, nalipa washman, mimi nikikaa na Wajerumani tuwaiwaki kabisa kuchamansia. Na unajua mimi niko under two governments. Sitasafiri anytime that we want. Kwa sababu pia mimi lazima ni hustle, I need some money. So mimi ninaomba kitu moja. When you go back to Kenya, mimi naomba shule yangu niko hapa ni primary school, nipewe mwalimu.
Okay.
Niko na
Fatuma.
Hata ulipokuwa unatafuta kura wakati watu utakuwa president, mimi nile msichana alikuwa Runyengalani na kupikia chai. Na niliamua sitakula peke yangu, lazima nisaidie serikali yetu ya Kenya. Nimejenga shule kubwa sana, niko na mzigo kubwa juu ya mgongo wangu.